And that's how to do a high five. But he did it more simply. And so he's brilliant in his academics and extra co-curricular activities, and maybe the best person to introduce the boy with one sentence is, "Ladies and gentlemen, Rafael Varela, son of Francis Varela," give one sentence.
And Rowena,
And Rowena, who?
the beautiful wife of Francis.
The beautiful wife of Francis. Now let's meet the handsome son of Francis Varela. Go.
Hello all, I'm Rafael Varela, a 6th grader of LaSalle Green Hills. A few days ago, after I came home from school, my mom told me that my tita, Nena Guevara, invited me to be a speaker at a certain event. She asked if I would be cool about it. I said yes, because I really like Tita Nene, especially since she would often invite me and my mom to eat out. And also, I look forward to eating somewhere after the event, if there is one. What my mom failed to tell me right away, though, was how big the event was, and that I would be speaking to so many people. Had I known it would be like this, I would have said no before she accepted the invitation on my behalf. But here I am, standing in front of you, and I promise to deliver what I've been tasked to do. Back in 2010, before my father, the late Francis Varela, joined the Department of Education, we had a family meeting. I didn't really understand what was happening since I was only 4.5 years old at that time. I just remember my papa looking so serious when he told us that he would be leaving AB Capital, his former office, because he wanted to help the Aquino administration by joining the Department of Education as Undersecretary of Finance and Administration. In my mind, I was like, what's the big deal? Why call for a family meeting? In my mind, I soon realized the seriousness of the matter when Papa said that joining the government would mean our family would have to make a big sacrifice because he would no longer be earning the same kind of salary that he used to enjoy as president and COO of AB Capital. I remember my mom saying that Papa would only be earning this much instead of this much. No immediate reaction from my sisters and me until Papa told my sisters that they had to cut down on shopping and that I had to limit or avoid buying expensive toys. Just imagine our reactions. At that time, I really thought working for the government sucks. But I was completely wrong. The realization came over the years that followed. At first, it was really difficult for the family to make major adjustments in our lifestyle and spending. But amidst the petty complaints we had over this new change in our lives, there was a far greater silver lining. During the 5 years that Papa spent working for DepEd, we saw his unwavering passion to serve the Filipino learners, especially for those who have less. He would even go to the most remote areas in the country to make sure that all Filipino children, wherever they may be, received the education that is due to them. Oftentimes also, he would come home looking very tired from the office, probably after grueling meetings, but he would always feel the sense of contentment in him. He was, after all, fulfilling a long-time dream to serve his country. Because of his commitment to the government, there were a few times when Papa would miss out on certain important events at my school, but he would often make up for it whenever possible. Despite his busy schedule as a public servant, he made sure that he was a father first to me and my sisters before anything else. I am a son very proud of my Papa. I would always uphold the legacy that he left behind. He fought for reforms to ensure that ethical standards were maintained in his line of work. And for that, he would always be remembered for his anti-corruption measures. I miss my papa very much. I will always have this pain in my heart for losing him so early. But it eases the pain, knowing what he has done for our country and knowing that I would always have a guardian angel with a mustache watching over me. I am very fortunate that as a student of LaSalle Green Hills, I have been granted a scholarship. It is a gift which I would always value and be grateful for. I am also very fortunate to have a very caring mother who drives me to school every day and picks me up after. But not every student enjoys what I have. You may have heard of stories about children who would have to go through a dangerous journey just to be able to go to school. I've seen these also in many documentaries on TV. While they can be heartbreaking, they can also be very inspiring. As what the great Nelson Mandela has said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. To my fellow learners, I urge you to value the education we receive and hold it to our dear hearts. A great part of the burden of building Philippine society is laid on the shoulders of our generation. Our education is the key to free our motherland from the perils of today's time. But the challenges that present themselves before us in this present time, we cannot handle alone. This is why I call on our government to be disturbed. Let your hearts be disturbed by the conditions around us, so that you may continue to serve the needs of each Filipino learner. My speech will not be complete without giving recognition to our dear teachers, principals, and superintendents. Without you, we would not be where we are now. The things that we know and the skills that we have, we owe them to you. You have showed constancy, dedication, and selflessness in your work of molding the minds and the hands of your students. You have prepared us to become competent and conscientious individuals, equipped with the necessary skill and intellect to contribute to the building of society and imbued with a high sense of moral value to work for justice and fight any form of injustice. You have engaged in this noble profession not only for your own personal fulfillment, not only for the development of your students, but more importantly, for the good of our beloved country. Our dear teachers, thank you. Lastly, to each person present here today, I hope that I have ignited the fire in your hearts to serve the Filipino learners. The things that we cannot do for our country and this world are many. The specific callings for each one of us are different, as we are given different talents and skills. However, even if we may not be united in a single work, let us all be united in a single purpose and a single faith. Let us love greatly and serve passionately. Let me end this with a quote from the movie Ignacio de Loyola. May your passion always burn brightly, so at God's time you may set the world on fire. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rafael. Oh, well, okay. Since you're down, could you just be here for a little while? I noticed your mother took a video of you the whole time, and her hands were very, very steady, taking a picture of the sun. Okay, just one question. This may not be a fair question, yes, but what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for a child who cares for his country.
Oh, who cried for his country?
A child who cares about what is happening in the world today.
A child who cares about what's happening in the world today, and
I think that's it.
and to know when to say that's it. Okay, so thank you very much, Rafael. Very inspiring.